Okay, now we want to move on to section 3, which deals with severe weather. The first type of severe weather we want to talk about are thunderstorms. These are small, intense systems. They're going to be caused generally by cold fronts. Okay? They are produced by warm, moist air near the Earth's surface. Okay? And generally be as a result of an unstable atmosphere. Lightning, which occurs when there is electrical discharge between two oppositely charged surfaces. This is going to cause energy to transfer, which will then cause the air to expand rapidly, sending out sound waves that we call thunder. Okay? So that transfer of energy produces this sound wave that's going to create that loud noise that we hear. Okay? Because of the fact that light travels faster than sound, that's why we're going to be able to see the lightning before we hear the thunder. Okay, so lightning and thunder, you know, you've heard that slogan before, where there's thunder, there's lightning, or where there's lightning, there's thunder. Okay, that's true. Okay. So severe thunderstorms, okay, are caused by one or more conditions. Okay, usually a high wind, hail, flash floods, maybe a tornado. And again, because you've lived in Michigan, or most of you have for most of your life, if not all of your life, we've all experienced these. Okay, the second type of severe weather are tornadoes. These are going to be small, rotating columns of air with high wind speeds and low central pressure. Okay. Included in these conditions are going to be winds in two different directions that cause the air to rotate. And not to gross anybody out, but the best analogy I can come up with is a toilet paper roll. So think about it. When you grab the toilet paper, depending on how you put it on your roll, if you're pulling along the top is moving in one direction towards you, while the bottom is moving the opposite direction and causing it to swirl or circle round and round. This is going to be no different with a tornado. The winds in opposite directions, okay, are going to create this circular pattern because they're pushing on each other. Okay, number 3 says a funnel cloud is going to form at the bottom of a cumulonimbus cloud, and therefore it kind of almost like it hangs in the air. Right? Again, if it's not touching the ground, it is a funnel cloud. Okay? A tornado, on the other hand, is going to be produced when a tornado contacts the surface of the earth. Okay? And kind of a crazy stat for us living in America here is actually 75% of the tornadoes that occur in the world occur in our country. Okay, and like we've talked a little bit about before in class, the majority of which are going to be in the central part of our country due to the geographics, right? There's not many mountains, there's a lot of flat, open area where the winds can pick up speed. Okay? Things like, like I mentioned just a second ago, mountains or water and things like that are going to have an effect. The plain area is a great place for a tornado. All right, the average speeds, what are we talking about to be considered a tornado, are going to be somewhere between, say, 70 to about 110 miles per hour. Okay, the last type of severe weather that we're going to talk about is a hurricane. Okay, these are considered to be the most powerful storms on Earth. They're a large rotating tropical weather system, and winds here are going to exceed, in order to be classified as a hurricane, 170 plus miles per hour. Okay. They generally begin as a group of thunderstorms, and they're going to form over warm tropical oceans. Okay. These winds that again are moving in two different directions, okay, are going to collide. Okay. Warm water, as it evaporates, is going to feel the storm. Okay, so think about that. We know that warm water molecules, okay, atomic level, things like that, are moving faster and faster, all right, than they are when they're cold. So that's going to speed up that whole evaporation process that we talked about in chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the water unit back at the beginning of the year. Okay. Now, a couple different things that are kind of confusing, because people like to do that, all right, is we have these things that are called typhoons. That develop over the western Pacific, and you also probably have heard the term cyclones, which are those that form over the Indian Ocean. Really, the difference between a cyclone, a typhoon, and a hurricane is nothing other than the fact on where it's going to develop. Okay, again, because warm water is such a key to evaporate fast enough to keep feeding these storms, you're generally going to see them occur between the 5-degree and 20-degree latitude lines. Okay, again, this will be in north and the south part of the equator. Okay, again, we're looking for those warm tropical oceans. All right, that should complete your notes then for section 3 on severe weather. Make sure you have your sheet filled out and bring it with you to class.